So in this section, we're going to talk about conic sections, okay? So midpoint and distance play a role in all of the conic sections. And we have 3 conic sections: parabolas, ellipses, hyperbolas. We're going to start with parabolas. Some of the parabola stuff, you're going to be like, oh, we've already done this. Exactly. But there's 2 sets of parabolas, okay? There's ones that open up or down. Those are the ones we're used to. Or the ones that open left to right. So today we're gonna focus on the ones that open up or down. And then tomorrow we'll do the ones that open left or right. Okay? So in parabolas, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things you need to find. Okay? And you're gonna be able to find these for both types. Ones that open up, down, left, or right. Now you guys, you are going to have to really remember this stuff, okay? So let's talk about the equation. Let's talk about equation form. Equation number 1, okay? I'm going to call it equation number 1, and this is vertex form. And the reason I call this equation number 1, you guys, it's just for your opening, your up, or your down. And y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Now, we've learned in the past that if a is positive, it opens which direction? Up. If a is negative, it opens down. So direction of opening. So you guys, you really are going to also, not only do you have to pay attention to your A, you also have to pay attention to your equation, because your equation will tell you if it opens up or down, left or right, okay? So this equation, like this, your direction is going to be either opening up or down. And then A will tell us if it opens up or down. But this equation tells us the direction is either up or down, and then A tells us which direction as well. The next thing that you need to find is the vertex. So you guys, just to clarify so you know, there isn't a different equation for left and right parabolas. And then that A will tells us if it's left or right. This equation tells us up or down. A tells us, then it tells us even more, okay? The vertex, see how it says h, it says x minus h. You guys, so when you take that h out, it becomes positive. So your vertex is going to be positive h. And it's always whatever this sign is. So k is always, if k is positive, it's a positive k. If k is negative, it's a negative k. It's your h that is the opposite, okay? Then you have your axis of symmetry. And your axis of symmetry is a line. It is a vertical line, and it is x equals h. Now, when we study parabolas back in, I want to say chapter 4, we learned it was the opposite of b over 2a. Well, if it's in vertex form, you don't have to do that, okay? So the axis of symmetry is whatever your x is. Then we have something called the focus. The focus is a point, and it's going to be on the axis of symmetry, and it's going to be above the vertex. And we'll talk more about what that is. So here is the formula for the focus. You guys, a lot of times we use the focus and the vertex to find, like vertex form, to find all of this other stuff. So that's where the midpoint and the distance formula comes in place. Then we have something called the directrix. The directrix is a horizontal line, and it passes through the axis of symmetry, and it's going to be a line, and it's going to be somehow connected to that focus, okay? And this is going to be y equals k minus 1 4 over a. And the last thing that we're going to find, and we'll talk about these tomorrow as well, is the length of the lattice rectum. Today what we're going to really focus on is finding the equation, the direction, the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the focus, and the directrix. Remember, if it's length, it's always going to be positive. And you guys can't see that, so let's try it just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So before we move on to the first example, I just want to make sure. You guys, this equation right here, where it says y equals x minus h squared, that means it's going to have an x squared in it. That means that that equation opens up or down, okay? Then from there, A will determine the opening up or down. The vertex is HK. You guys, some of this stuff won't change when we change the other to the other equation. And you guys, everything is, you can see that there's a lot based on that A, okay?